Welcome to the Binge List. I'm your host, Paul Chappell. Today we take a look at Star Trek Picard, the new show on CBS All Access, Amazon Prime if you're not in the States. This show has been a long time coming. If you're in your late 30s or early 40s, you probably grew up with Star Trek The Next Generation, as I did. I gradually outgrew it. I watched a little bit of DS9, most of Voyager, and then I kind of dropped off when Star Trek Enterprise came out with that horrible song. God, that show had a horrible theme song. And then later, I picked up CBS All Access when Discovery came out. Watched the first episode, wasn't really feeling it, but I had high hopes for this show because it's a return of one of my all-time favorite characters, Captain Jean-Luc Picard. And what can I say about it? What do you want to hear about this show? You want to hear that it's good, right? Well, I have to tell you, it is pretty good, but I did have some problems with it. First of all, there is no Lieutenant Commander Worf so far. He was Lieutenant Commander, wasn't he? I don't remember. Anyway, to me, when I was watching Star Trek The Next Generation, there was pretty much a holy trinity of great characters. There was Picard, there was Commander Data, and there was Worf. Good news. Commander Data returns. Flashbacks, yes. Well, actually, a flashback and some dream sequences. Or they might have all been dream sequences. But he returns. And he looks really, really old, which was my first disappointment with this show. We have this technology that they've been using in Marvel movies and recently in The Irishman, Martin Scorsese's Netflix movie. They have de-aging technology. They really should have used it on Brent Spinner because he's getting old. Data was supposed to age, but age slowly. And that kind of took me out of the show right off the bat. But overall, I was pleased with this first episode. If you're wondering, is it more like the classic Star Trek shows or is it more like the J.J. Abrams theme shows or movies? I would have to say they take cues. So far, from what I can tell, I've only watched one episode, but they're taking cues from J.J. Abrams' version of Star Wars or Star Trek. I mean, he did Star Wars 2. He pretty much destroyed both franchises, but we won't get into that. So they take inspiration mainly from J.J. Abrams, and I say that because one of the plot points in this pilot is that Romulus has been destroyed by a supernova. And we know that was a plot point in the Star Trek movie that J.J. Abrams put out. So that is canon, I guess. So that's pretty much the star of the plot for this episode. Picard is in retirement. He left Starfleet to head up the evacuation for the Romulans. And for some unknown reasons, the armada that was going to save the Romulans was sabotaged by a group of people known as synthetics. That's right, synthetics. There's a group or a race of beings that are artificial intelligence. And I haven't had a look at what they look like yet. They were kind of inspired, I'm led to believe, from this episode by Noonien Soon's creation of Commander Data. So that was very interesting. But I'm just really unsure if there's some Easter eggs in it that I don't want to spoil for you because this is kind of a no spoiler review. I'm just going to give you a little bit of tidbits about because I really think if you're a Star Trek fan like me, you're going to want to watch this. But the basic premise is very intriguing. It does have some shades of the Bourne Identity. There's a character called Dodge, and she's just a young college student. Not really that special. I mean, she is going to an advanced robotics school. She's been accepted to a school in Okinawa, Japan, but she gets attacked by these intruders and she suddenly has these martial arts skills and she doesn't know where they came from, kind of like in Bourne Identity. So she knows who she is. She doesn't have amnesia, but she has these skills, and she's suddenly questioning her existence. And she sees Jean-Luc Picard on a broadcast on television, and she recognizes him. So there's some intrigue here. We don't know what connection she has to Jean-Luc, but she goes to see him to find out. And there's some shades of things going on here involving Romulans. Just to give you a little bit more background, at the beginning of the episode, Jean-Luc Picard is living in Le Bar, France, his hometown in France. And he's living at the Chateau Picard with some Romulans expats named Laris and Zaban, and I'm just assuming he got acquainted with them when he was involved in the evacuation of Romulus. So there may be some intrigue there, because I was looking at these characters thinking, and of course I don't know definitively, so this is not a spoiler, but he has Romulans in his estate working with him, tending the wine yards or whatever. And there are Romulans in this subplot of the show. So I don't know, are these spies? Are they just sleeper agents waiting to strike at Picard? I was kind of suspicious of that right off the bat. At first I thought they were Vulcans, but then I remembered Vulcans don't have feelings, or they don't display feelings, and these characters obviously do. So I just assume they have to be Romulans, because Romulans and Vulcans are connected. Their ancestry is connected. So that was very interesting to me. The acting was good, but I think Jean-Luc Picard, or I should say Patrick Stewart's acting, it feels like he's getting a little bit of age to him, and like he was struggling to remember lines. I don't know, maybe that was just the fact that he's just matured and he has a different acting style or something. But I just felt like there was something his age was showing. I'll just put it at that. I don't want to get into the ageism thing, and I love Patrick Stewart, don't get me wrong. But if they're going the J.J. Abrams route, that means there's going to be a lot of action. And do you really want somebody who looks 80 running around fighting people? I don't think so. So I don't know how that's going to work in future episodes. The good thing is the production values look like you're watching a movie as opposed to something on a sound stage. So I did like that aspect of it. That's very promising. And I'm sure some of this was shot on the soundstage, but you couldn't tell. It looked like everything was pretty much shot on location. Even some of the shots where he goes to Starfleet headquarters or the Starfleet Museum. He goes to some kind of museum. I'm not sure if it's really affiliated with Starfleet. But there's this room of stuff from the Enterprise, memorabilia. So I thought that was very interesting. So that's about it. I can't tell you much more, but just based on one episode. I'm not one of those people who got early access like most critics who get like 4 or 5 episodes to watch. So if you're wanting more than I can give you from this first episode, you might have to seek out some different reviews that are out there on the internet. But so that's all I got for today. I'm giving it a recommend for right now. It looks like it's going to be interesting. I think there's 10 episodes altogether, and CBS wisely didn't release them all at the same time. So I think they're going to come out every Thursday night or something, or Thursday morning. So look forward to that. I will be checking in on this maybe if I really like it. I'll be checking in. Maybe after a few more episodes, and then hopefully I'll do a total series review. But that's all I got for today. I'd like to thank my subscribers and encourage you to subscribe if you've already subscribed. Hit that bell if you're already a subscriber so you know when a new video drops. Comment below, give me a like, and let me know what you think. And until next time, I will see you when I see you. Thanks for watching.